Hello, my name is Galina Kurdina. I was born in Russia in 1959. I graduated from a university in Russia and worked as a leading software developer in many Russian companies, including Saving Bank. I and my son immigrated from Russia to Canada in February 2004. I arrived in Canada in good health as an independent immigrant. Since my arrival, I have been involved in a cruel experiment with psyche. In Canada, I became a victim of psychotronic mind control weapons and an officially disabled person because of it. It is not a clinical trial, I didn't sign any consent forms, and I want to be excluded from this experimentation. I experienced the following symptoms of Havana syndrome and mind control effects since the very end of December 2005. I may say that I developed all these symptoms during several hours. First, debilitation of mental acuity, disruption of ability to concentrate and think on my own, constant induced thoughts. Second, loss of memory and knowledge. Third, constant induced feelings, emotions, Sensations. Fourth, receiving visual images and sounds, including torture with intense loud voice and noise. 5. Induced actions and memory deletion of them later. I experienced constant pressure on top of my head from above, which brings me into a hypnotic state. I experience constant pressure on the forehead and temples, which makes it impossible to concentrate and think by myself. I get a non-stop stream of words, commands, impulses, pictures. My attention is drawn to this non-stop stream very much. I was manipulated in this state 24/7, like a computer device, compelled to say or do something that I didn't want to say or do. Decisions were made artificially. I experienced forced speech, involuntary body movements, induced actions, change of facial expressions, tone and pitch of the voice, artificial change of emotions and desires, artificial laughter and tears, artificial sensations including hunger. 6. Inadequate states which I had never previously experienced, for example, depression or obsessive desires. 7. Deciphering memories and mind reading. 8. Sleep deprivation or uncontrollable sleep. I was tortured with insomnia. 9. Artificial pain in any part of my body, for example, pain in heart, headaches, cramps in muscles, especially at night time, blurred vision, sensitivity to light and noise, speech impairment, loss of balance and coordination of movements, extreme dizziness, fatigue, exhaustion, disorientation, irritability and nervousness, and other symptoms. 10. Perpetrators have methods and tools to decipher information from my memory from my childhood. 11. They get all my sensations. They see what I see, smell what I smell, hear what I hear. I am a walking camera for these perpetrators. 12. Perpetrators could manipulate any organ in my body and force me to urinate, defecate, or vomit. 13. I had a lot of skin damages because of the electromagnetic effects upon me. Perpetrators burned skin on my face. I had horrible ulcers all over my body for at least 2 years, and 4 doctors, my family doctor, 2 dermatologists, and a doctor from Tropical Disease Clinic in University of Toronto, were unable to form a diagnosis. One dermatologist just said to me that these ulcers were out of the area of her expertise. Sometimes I experienced enormous itching. Massive amounts of hair fell out during 1-2 months in summer 2016. I may say that level of Havana syndrome effects upon me is extreme. I think that I was implanted with nanomaterials during one-day examination with full anesthesia. It was a gastrological procedure in a polyclinic at 4646 Dufferin Street in Toronto at the end of December 2005. Dr. Sarah Plum, who was my family doctor until January 2006 referred me to this surgery. I am sure that Dr. Sarah Plum was aware of these experiments upon me. At the beginning of 2006, a brain exam detected a tiny round 5 mm low T1W and high T2W signal intensity in my pineal gland. I would like to remove it. Unfortunately, doctors do not agree with this. I was unable to look for a job and had to suspend my participation in an employment placement program, Gateway Cafe, at the beginning of February 2006. The experiments with my psyche were used to sabotage my studying in Seneca College in 2006-2007, daily co-op job routines and efforts to find a job since criminals needed human subjects for extreme experiments with psyche. The criminals prevented me from finding and securing any job. I applied for disability determination since I was being attacked all the time 24/7 and not able to secure any job. I have received disability income support since October 2008. I reported about this crime, including names of suspects, to Toronto police for the first time at the beginning of 2006. I have reported to them more than 10 times since January 2006. Police directed me to medical doctors and Canadian RCMP and refused to start investigation. I reported to RCMP many times as well. However, they redirected me back to police. In 2009, I managed to find an American toxicologist who provided me with her expert opinion that I am a victim of specific electromagnetic and radio frequency effects which react with advanced nanomaterials in my system. These nanomaterials I used as RFID mute chips to send signals to my body. In 2009, I managed to find several American psychologists who prepared reports for me that I am a sane person without any signs of psychiatric disease who developed post-traumatic stress disorder as a result of directed energy psychotronic attacks. I managed to find a private investigator who confirmed these conclusions, that I am a victim of mind control attacks. We need this experimentation program exposed, shut down, and the criminals sent to prison. There must be justice for this crime.